used to leave my bathroom light on at night, not because I was scared of the dark or anything. The bulb in my bedroom stopped working a few weeks ago, and I kept forgetting to replace it, so the bathroom light became the only thing lighting up my room after midnight. Eventually, it just became part of my routine. Every night before bed, I'd leave the bathroom door cracked open and the light on. That way, the room never got completely dark. A few nights ago, I woke up around 3 a.m. At first, I didn't know why. Everything felt normal. My fan was spinning above me. Cars moved faintly somewhere outside. My phone was charging beside the bed. Then I noticed the room was darker than usual. I opened my eyes fully and stared toward the bathroom. The light was off. I remember laying there confused for a second because I knew I left it on. I always left it on. Then I noticed something else. The bathroom door was closed, too. That's when my stomach dropped. I live alone. No roommates, no girlfriend staying over. Just me. I sat up slowly in bed, still staring at the door, trying to convince myself there was a normal explanation. Maybe I turned it off without realizing. Maybe the air conditioner pushed the door shut. Maybe the floor creaked inside the bathroom. I froze immediately. Every hair on my arms stood up. Then silence. I remember listening so hard my ears actually hurt. Nothing moved after that. No footsteps, no breathing, just the sound of the fan above me. After maybe 30 seconds, I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The beam shook slightly in my hand while I pointed it toward the bathroom door. Nothing happened at first. Then, the doorknob moved. Just a little. I stopped breathing completely. The knob twisted slowly, inch by inch. I could hear the metal clicking softly. Then, the bathroom door creaked open by itself. Only a few inches. Darkness inside. I stared at the opening, waiting for someone to step out. Nobody did. I whispered, "Hello?" No answer. Looking back now, I should have called the police right there. But when something strange happens to you, your brain keeps trying to force it into something normal. You don't immediately think something impossible is happening. You think maybe someone broke in. Or maybe you're just exhausted. Anything else. So instead, I got out of bed. I remember how cold the floor felt under my feet. I walked slowly toward the bathroom, holding my phone in front of me. The closer I got, the wider the bathroom door slowly opened. Not fast. Slow. Like someone inside was carefully pulling it open. Then I smelled it. Wet dog. That's the only way I can describe it. Wet fur, mixed with something rotten underneath. I covered my nose with my shirt. Then my flashlight hit the bathroom mirror. And for one split second, I saw someone standing behind me. Tall, right over my shoulder. I spun around so fast, I almost fell. Nothing there. My heart was beating so hard it hurt. I kept swinging the flashlight around the room. Closet, desk, bedroom door. Nothing. I actually laughed nervously for a second because my brain was desperate to convince itself I imagined it. Then my phone slipped from my hand. It hit the floor hard, and the flashlight rolled across the room. The beam spun across the ceiling, the walls, my bed, until finally it stopped moving, pointing directly into the bathroom, toward the bathtub. Something was standing inside it. I couldn't breathe. It was tall, too tall. Its head bent awkwardly against the shower curtain rod, like it physically didn't fit in the room. Its arms hung too low, long enough that its fingers touched the bottom of the tub. I couldn't fully see its face, but I could see its eyes reflecting the flashlight. Not blinking, just staring directly at me. I remember slowly backing away without realizing I was moving. Then it smiled. At least, I think it smiled. Its mouth stretched too wide, way too wide. Then it spoke, in my voice, perfectly. Hello? I ran. I didn't think. I didn't grab my keys. I didn't grab shoes. I just sprinted out of my apartment barefoot. I remember slamming into the front door so hard my shoulder hurt. I ran all the way to my car before realizing I didn't have my keys. I stood there in the parking lot, shaking so hard I thought I was going to throw up. Then I looked up toward my apartment window. The bathroom light was back on, and something moved past the window. Fast, too tall to be me. I stayed at a motel that night. Actually, I stayed there for 3 nights. I kept telling myself stress was messing with me, that I imagined everything. Eventually, I convinced myself to go back. Everything seemed normal afterward, for a while. Then, little things started happening. The bathroom light would randomly be off when I got home. Sometimes I'd wake up and find the bathroom door cracked open. A few times, I smelled wet dog again. Last night was the worst one. I woke up around 3 a.m. again. The bathroom light was on this time. The door was slightly open, and I could hear movement inside. Slow movement, like someone shifting their weight in the bathtub. I stayed frozen in bed, listening to it for almost 10 minutes. Then, I heard my own voice whisper softly from inside the bathroom. Hello?